I am here to take you guys on this journey, trying to make this Eid a little cute, a little whimsy, because I'm always scrambling at the last minute and I'm actually never able to get anything done on time. So this year, I'm going to change things. I'm making henna cookies, fabric balloons, a custom crochet frame for my sister. I'm also making some envelopes to give Eid money in for my nieces and my nephew. Let's do it. I decided to tackle the baking first because I knew it needed to chill in the fridge overnight. I found a TikTok recipe. It was the first one I found and it was really perfect. It wasn't too sweet and the consistency was great. I knew I wanted to make the cookies from scratch, but I just couldn't be bothered to make the royal icing myself. So I found a pre-made version at Michael's and added some brown food coloring that I also got from Michael's. Mixed it all up. The next day, once it was all cooled, rolled it out on the table and then started cutting out my little hand shapes. And lastly, you also need to make a henna cone so that you can add the royal icing in there and actually start decorating the cookies. I used a Ziploc bag, cut it up, and taped it to replicate the henna cone. This was my first time making sugar cookies, so I definitely learned some things along the way. Next time, I would roll them out a lot thinner because once you put them in the oven, they do change shape. So my fingers ended up looking a little chubby once I took it out of the oven, but in the end they get covered with henna and it ends up looking cute anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. These shots are so annoying because my big fat head is in the way. It also took way longer than I expected. I don't do henna usually. I'm not a henna artist by any means, so it definitely was a lengthy process. I had to get my sister to help me out before I left to the potluck because I just had no time anymore, so she did a few hands with me. And this is what they looked like before I left the house. But then you can see the next day I made another batch where they were thinner and I fixed the consistency of the royal icing and it made all the difference. Like, it looks so much better. Every Eid, me and my family do a Eid gift exchange, which is basically a Secret Santa, but just for Eid. And we pick out a name and have to give them a gift. I got my sister this year. And of course, it wouldn't be a gift from me if it wasn't crochet or handmade of some sort. So I got some Sardar Snuggly yarn and got started on making her a crochet frame. I first thrifted a frame and then after that I started making holes in the picture. And then you simply stitch around the photo frame. I had to watch a tutorial for this. I think it's a mattress stitch that you have to do. And then you crochet around those stitches that you made originally. I've also seen people just shove their hook in directly, but I just thought it was easier to do with the sewing because they're such small holes. Honestly, this was such a quick project. It worked up literally overnight. I spent 2 days on it max, and even then I was just doing it at nighttime so that my sister wouldn't see. It shows. Now I'm highly breathing. There's no bad light.
Oh my god, they're so nice! Oh, that's so cute! What? That's so cute! Okay, so I'm currently trying to make the Eid banner. I don't have enough fabric for like the entire Eid Mubarak, so I'm just gonna do Eid with the fabric and hope for the best.
You're so lucky I'm filming from far away. Lean with it. Rock with it. Oh, stop checking. Leave it. If you love her, stop.
This was probably my most low effort project, which was finding some envelope templates on Canva, and I printed those out and actually stuck them onto this sticky paper just so that it would be thicker and less flimsy, and I think that worked really well and it made it look a lot more professional. I could have just given them the money right then and there, but I just think making it like this makes it a little more personalized and just adds a little extra something to me gifting them Eid money. I think that they really liked it, and my nephew actually kept his until now, and that just makes me feel like it was absolutely worth it.